Hey everybody and welcome to Chairman of the Board. Today I'm going to do a very quick review on this little two-player game called Tao Long. Now this is a kind of Chinese themed game that uses a Mancala wheel, which if you're not familiar with it, games like Trajan use it, a Stefan Feld game, where you're basically picking up a bunch of kind of tokens and moving them around this board in order, and where you kind of end up in your final spot is the action you take. It's a very cool mechanic. I really enjoy it in kind of other Euro games and stuff like that, but this one uses it a bit differently because it kind of navigates the way you move around the map. So it's kind of it's quite a confrontational game where both players are dragons, and you're trying to kind of eat each other and blow fire at each other and blow water at each other to try and kill the other dragon. And that's basically the idea of the game. As I said, it's a two-player game. It plays in about half an hour. And it's got a very kind of unique feel to it. It almost feels like a kind of traditional kind of ancient style game. So as I said, you kind of move that Mancala wheel and kind of navigating around the map in like a snake style manner. Imagine like Snake on your Nokia 3210, one of those style ways of moving. And as I said, you're just trying to charge up fire by landing on certain spots and breathe it out and deal damage and stuff like that. But there's also a bit of kind of dynamicness to it as well, where you kind of go into portals and come out and again try to attack your opponent, or you can kind of put these obstacles up in different setups and try to smash these walls down and stuff like that. So yeah, there's kind of a bit of customization you can do to it by setting up the board how you like, just to kind of change things up and affect the map and how you're going to interact with each other. But overall, I think the game is, although it looks absolutely phenomenal, it's a beautiful looking game, and it's quite original in the way it works. The game feels very, very kind of slow, almost like painfully slow, as you're kind of really slowly trickling around this board, one move at a time. And there are ways to kind of speed things up a bit by landing on certain spots, but overall I think the feel of the game feels a little bit stagnant, a little bit stale. Don't get me wrong, I don't dislike it at all, but I just don't kind of have the urge or kind of pull to go back to it time after time. And especially with a two-player game, I feel like you really need that. So although the game looks really wonderful, I mean, I know it was a Kickstarter game originally, and I'm sure a lot of the content that was exclusive to Kickstarter would really kind of change things up. I think you can even play it multiplayer on the Kickstarter version. This one is strictly a two-player game, the retail version I have here. But yeah, it's not one that's going to stay in my collection. It's a bit kind of samey, a bit kind of just keep following your opponent around, there's not really much, there's not really much kind of just action in it. It feels very much quite slow and plodding, as I said. Yeah, that's it really. I love the theme, I love the art, I love the way it looks, everything like that. But yeah, the gameplay itself doesn't quite hold up today, in my opinion. It's still a decent game, and I think people are going to like it if you like that kind of abstractness game, because it is very, very abstract. And you can kind of, play your strategy or your tactics to maximum kind of efficiency to try and block your opponents out for doing certain moves and put yourself in good positions. But that's if you're going to really kind of scrutinize every move you make. But I think the way that most people are going to play it is going to be a bit stagnant, as I said. So one that's not going to stay in the collection, but I'm glad I played it. I quite enjoyed the couple of plays I had. But as I said, no desire to go back to it. That's Tao Long by Fushi Dong Lucien and Pedro Latro. By Thundergriff Games. Yeah, lovely production, but game itself, not great. So that concludes my review of Tao Long. If you have enjoyed the video, please hit like and subscribe to my channel, and check out my other videos too. For everyone else, I'll see you next time on Chairman of the Board. Bye.